Hello and welcome to episode 29 of series 1 of Master League Story Mode. Now before we get going, I've done a fuck up. I've gone and done a stupid. Yes, I've lost all the footage from the beginning of this episode. Basically, I'll fill you in what happened. In the last episode, I asked you, the commenters, if you had any suggestions about signings because we're a bit desperate and we're a bit low on money. And Karkarot and you guy, two awesome commenters, both came back with some suggestions. The main theme of which was I hadn't quite tapped into the under-21 squad from the England side as much as I could have done. So that's what I did at the beginning of this episode. None of them really cut the mustard in terms of players that we're going to need to dominate the Premier League. I think I ended up looking at Rolando Aarons from Newcastle as an option on the wing. And James Ward-Prowse, central midfield. Talented central midfield, a great passer. As a replacement for Veretout. And that's pretty much where I got to at the beginning, and then somehow the footage had disappeared. So we'll join the action just a little bit into the recording, and we'll see how we're getting on in the transfer window. We've got some difficult decisions and some serious budgetary restraints to deal with. So, yeah, here we go. So let's keep cracking through straight away. We're back into this. Things are happening. Oh, scouts in. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Looks like we might be able to get one more scouting report before the end as well, which we might need because we've gone with a high budget. We're probably not going to be able to afford the players here. Oh, Rafinha from Barcelona. Look at that. I mean, we're never going to be able to afford these players. 9 million, 8 million. Canales from Real Sociedad. He was a very highly rated youngster. He would be great. But let's have a look at this guy, though. Buendia. Argentinian. Could be extremely good value signing. 20-year-old youth prospect, 70 rated overall. Can play up top as well. He's got good finishing, decent passing, and he's quick. I like him. That's a nice left field choice there from the scouts. Now Rafinha, that's ridiculous. I think that's pushing it even for the realism factor here. I'm not sure how much he's playing at Barcelona at the moment. He'd be great, but he's going to be well out of our price range at 9 million. Canales at 8, almost certainly out of there as well. We go back in again for Ward-Prowse because I'd really like him. I like the idea of building this young English team built around some really interesting under 21-year-old players that Tim can mould. We know that he's good with young players. That's what he built his reputation on at Tottenham. Now, I'm liking Buendia. I think 70 overall rated attacking midfielder. That was a great bit of scouting. Tommy Johnson, I've got to take my hat off to you there. Finding this international Argentina player. He plays in the under-20 team for Argentina. He's got a lot of potential, I think. He's a youth prospect as well. That's great. I'm going to see how much we can get him for. It looks like we might not be able to make a marquee signing in this window, but we do already have a few marquee players. We've got Bakali, we've got Tyder. And if we can fill the gaps in this team with some promising youth players that are actually going to get minutes, then maybe that's the right solution here. Ooh, Anderson. No, he was probably going to be out of our budget anyway. I'm not giving up on him because I like the look of him. The big problem we've got is we're not really going to be able to get any more than 11.2 million. We might have to go in for some loans. I think that's definitely something to consider. And the problem with loans and what we've seen is not only is the team stripped of players at the end of the season, as we have been with 3 of our best players leaving us scrabbling to fill those gaps, but then the improvements that you've made to those players, like in G, like Fisher, are gone. All of that game time where we could have been improving a player that's going to be there next season is wasted, which is a real shame. All right, let's keep moving. We might get another scout report back, and after that we're going to maybe have to look a little bit more realistically at the instructions. Oh, we're in for Ward-Prowse. This is an interesting development, and also Buendia, who I liked. Had an offer for Tommy Spur. That's got potential. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. What is James Ward-Prowse? 5 million. That's great. That's the same as Doughty. 75 overall, 76 overall. Oh, James Ward-Prowse is... I didn't even realise Ward-Prowse is transfer listed. That's why we've got a good deal here, I think. Let's see if they fancy any trades. No one there. I want to trade. Okay, we'll try and reduce the transfer fee on Ward-Prowse. Buendia, 1.2 million. I like that signing. 20-year-old. He's also transfer listed. That's good news. Okay. Getting some bargains here. Definitely some bargain potential. Let Taylor go. Oh yeah, I forgot about him. So, no problem seeing him leave. Loftus-Cheek. Don't think he's really going to be in our plans. Maybe, probably not. Now Tommy Spur, 410,000. That's pretty poor. We're not going to be able to fill that really with anyone better. I'm not sure if we will. See what the high end of this valuation is. Oh, it doesn't look like we're going to get any more than that. Worth a try, I guess. And then we've got a few signings potentially to make. Signing Buendia and then having to have him as our starting attacking midfielder probably wouldn't be good enough. Obviously, we do have the potential to play 4-4-2. We don't necessarily need to play 3 in the midfield, but I like to. I think in the Premier League we're going to need those numbers. He's quite quick. He's quite strong, actually, for a short man. He's got good all-round stats. He's got no player skills. But he can finish, which is what I like about him. And his passing's all right. Especially his low passing. We're ticking over pretty well. That's what I would say. No. No. We want Ward-Prowse. I'm going for him again. We blew that one. I thought that was a given. I thought we were negotiating well. Looks like there aren't any other teams in contact, which is good to know. Oh, he's been taken off the transfer list. What? Have we missed that? We've ruined that. Can't believe it. Buendia down to 1.1 million. Right, I think we're definitely going to sign Buendia and Traore. 2.5 and 1.1 million between them. Both of them 20 years old. Buendia, a youth prospect who's got no outstanding stats, but a good spread, actually. If you look there, he's got a few, you know, attacking prowess, ball control, dribbling, low passing, all 70 or above, as finishing is as well, and then kicking power, speed, explosive power, and body balance, all over 70 as well. And he's got the stamina to make his way through a whole game, hopefully. So, no, I'm not going to fuck around with this anymore. We lost the James. I'm going to make the signing. I think that's a pretty safe bet. Adama Traore again. Oh, well. Aaron's is more flexible. He's a level 1 youth prospect, which means he's got more of a chance to improve. Also, he wants considerably less salary. And he is cheaper. But he doesn't have the finishing and the dynamism of Adama Traore. I think a sustainable decision would be to go for both. Or thinking of sustainability of this side, building with young players, would be to go for both the Spaniard and the Jamaican here. Aaron's and Traore. 6 million that'll be in total. That would leave us with 4.3 million, which wouldn't be enough to sign Doughty. Wouldn't be enough to sign Ward-Prowse. I'm going to have to leave off on this. I'm going to have to go in for Ward-Prowse again. Oh, God, this is tough. I think it's going to have to be a loan, actually, for someone. Followed off with the low. That's interesting. Scouting reports back. Let's see if we've got anything interesting here. Rashina. Ooh, interesting. From Granada. 5 million rated attacking midfielder. 25 years old. He'd be good. Vieto. He is quality. Surely out of our price range. Yeah, 9 million. Oh, but what's this? Martinez. Oh, I like the look of you. You're probably better than Buendia. Some interesting stuff come out of this scouting report. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to work. 8.4 million for Jordan Rhodes. I think we're going to get another season out of Jordan. I don't think we're going to get any value from selling him. Low. 796,000. That's just not enough. Let's see where Buendia fits into this side. God, we're looking so bare. This is really, really bad. Bad news. I think we're going to have to go young and... we need to... for fuck's sake. This is awful. He's just not Premier League quality. We've totally fucked this. We're going to have to go back to the loan system. I think the reality here is we're going to be going into the Premier League with a much, much worse squad than we had in the Championship. Was it worth? We weren't ready to go up. I think that's the problem we've got. Now we've got 10 million left. We need at least a winger and a central midfielder. Anyone at Tottenham? Fancy doing Tim a favour, doing a bit of a loan? Lamela on a loan. What about that? Give that a shot. It's not very realistic, but at this point I'm grasping at straws. I mean, maybe he's not getting the game time he needs, and a short loan at somewhere like Blackburn would be good for him. Same could be said for Nasser Chadley. So we'll try that. That would make things look a lot rosier. A player of the quality of Lamela or Chadley, alongside some of the young new signings, would maybe make me feel a little bit better about our situation. Hopefully we can do one of these. Come on, Tim. Oh, Lamela. Interesting. Loan signing for Lamela. That would be great. Let's check this out. Still going to cost us $1 million. But we're getting a player of huge quality that could play on either of our wings and probably would have to play as an attacking midfielder. He's a good passer, good dribbler. He's got decent finishing. I don't know if we can get any money off there because that's too much, but I think we might have to seriously consider that. I think I might have preferred Chadley almost. Doesn't really play as an attacking midfielder. So, I think we've got to make the decision now. Aarons or Traore. Both 72 rated overall. Both can... Well, Aarons is maybe the safer option. He's a better passer. Can play on both wings and as attacking midfielder. He's also a youth prospect. He's also got a significantly smaller salary and 600,000 less transfer fee. Oh no, he's $1 million more expensive than Traore. I don't know. My brain's telling me Traore. My heart's telling me Traore. My brain and my heart. Well, it's got to be Traore, hasn't it? We're doing it. We're doing it. 7 million left. Holy shit. Okay, we'll keep Aarons there because he's definitely got potential. Lamela on a loan for 1.1 or something like that would leave us with just about enough to sign Doughty as well. And I wouldn't feel too bad about the window with those players. So let's keep cracking on. We're approaching our first game of the season against West Ham. It's coming up in just over a week or 2 weeks. But we've still got some big decisions to make when it comes to transfers. Oh, Vietto. He would be a lovely little loan signing. 1.2 million for the 79 rated Argentinian. He's more of a fox in the box than Lamela. I think Lamela would be the better signing. 942,000 for that loan. He's a better passer. Vietto more of a goal threat. We can play him up front, but we've got 2 strikers. I hate the fact that we're going to have to bring in a loan just to get a star player for this season, but it looks like it's going to be the way. Got 7 million left. I've still yet to find a central midfielder better than Doughty. Maybe that's what we need to do with the scouting, the final scouting instructions. We're going to look in Italy for a central midfielder that we can afford. I don't know if we'll hear anything back before the end of the window. Got 16 days until we find out. We've got 16 days until the West Ham game. Dama Traore's joined up. I'm happy with that signing. I am not happy with Buendia. That was a mistake. I was rash there. But I'm happy with Traore. We've got two really aggressive, explosive wingers who are going to cut back inside and score some goals. Now, Karkarot, one of the commenters. I'm going back to Doughty. I'm in a real... I'm really not sure what to do about him. I thought he was a good deal. 5.1 million. Only 400,000 salary. Stats that have jumped out for me there. An 82 ball winning and 76 body balance. He's not quick, but he's not slow either. And he's got good stamina. He's going to win the ball back. And his actually his lofted passing and ball control is good. Also, his finishing and swerve are high. So with some late runs from the back, we could expect some goals. He's quite tall. He's still only 24, so there is definitely room to improve. And at 5 million, we need a central midfielder. There's no doubt about that. Loftus-Cheek isn't good enough. We can't afford Ward-Prowse. Maybe we wait on the scout, but I don't know how long these transfers are going to last. We're into August now. We've only got 1 month of the transfer window left. We've had an offer for Steely, but it's not going to be good enough, I'm sure, for it to be... Oh, reinvestable. Don't know about that, actually. 2.7 million. That's pretty good. Might be able to find a better keeper for that money. Maybe have a little look for a keeper. Only a week to go now before the first game of the season. We don't want to be starting with a really, really shit squad. Oh, we've had a scouting report back. That's good. We needed that. So this is what we can actually afford in terms of central midfielders. How do you... Well, I suppose we can technically afford Fernando. Oh, Ravel Morrison. Interesting. Oh, that's an interesting one. Oh, hello. Who's this? Now, Duncan from Sassuolo. I like the look of you. You are strong and dynamic. At 4 million, you look like you might be actually signable. I'm definitely getting a bid in for you. That's a good bit of scouting there again. If we can get him for 5 million, I think he's probably better than Doughty. And then we've got to sign Lamella as an attacking midfielder. And then we've got a backup attacking midfielder. We do have a backup central midfielder. Good ball winner. Good speed, power, body balance. I like all of that. Good jump, good stamina. Decent passer. We need to pull the trigger today. We can't be going into this first game with a squad we're not happy with. No, 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 no. How has that happened? You've got the scouting report wrong. What? And he's gone from the scouting report. Kidding me. That means we definitely won't be able to sign him. This is turning into an absolute nightmare. I mean, what I could do, obviously, is I could sign Vietto and Lamella, both on loan. And Doughty. I think it's going to have to be Doughty. I don't see any other option here. Duncan would have been great. For some reason, Sassuolo don't want to let him go. Okay, so it looks like we are going to have to play the first game with a really, really bad squad. This is not ideal. This really isn't ideal. I'm trying to leave it as late as I can to make the decision because with only 7.7 million, we're pretty fucked if we get this wrong. So we're just going to have to play the first game. This could be absolute carnage. Oh my god. I don't even want to look at this squad. Oh god. Oh no. Right, well we're going to have to play... We're going to have to play... 4-4-2. No, actually no. I'm going to stick with this formation because I like this formation. But Jesus Christ, we're in trouble here. Do we start the big man up front? I think we will. He's on a red. God, we need 2 more players at least. Well, we do have Adama Traore and Buendia, who is... He's got potential. He's a decent finisher. He can dribble, he can pass, he's quick enough, but oh my god, he's going to get badly found out here. Our team has taken a serious downgrade since the last time we played. Well, hopefully Tim Sherwood's passion can push us through here because I can't see the quality of players are going to do much. What a way to start the Premier League. This is depressing, I have to say. Let's take a look at West Ham. As we know, some great players here. Diafra Sakho up front is going to rip through this defence, as is Moses down the right. Don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Didn't think I would be starting the Premier League campaign under such a cloud, but we couldn't make any sign. We've had to wait. We needed to play our options as much as we could. There's only 11 million to work with. So here's the side. The Venky's not backing Tim as much as we would have liked. Nowhere near enough budget to launch a Premier League campaign. Maybe they're relying on the parachute payment if we get relegated. It's hard to imagine now that we're going to be able to hit our target of Champions League in 2 seasons. That was insane. It looked doable with the squad we had. We were unbeatable. But with this squad, missing the Veretout, the power and the pace of Veretout in the centre, and the attractive football that he brought. In G down the right, yeah, okay, we've got a replacement in Traore. But is it going to be good enough? We should have Lamela coming into attacking midfield. We haven't got him in this game, so we're going to have to see how we can do. A lot of weight is on Tyder's shoulders today. There's Buendia, the diminutive Argentinian signing. Ball over, looking for Victor Moses. He's outrun Buendia, he's got Tommy Spur with him. Good header from Duffy. That was really strong play. Duffy gets up and heads well again. Tyder into Buendia. Buendia finds Tyder again with a really nice ball. Safir Tyder gets the shot away. Oh, it's well blocked by the West Ham player. Tyder scrambling for it in the box. He goes down. Calls for a penalty. We're ignored. He's caught out by the overlapping run from the fullback. But Duffy in again with such incredible bravery there. Buendia turns away from Lanzini. Showing a bit of pace here. Inside Lanzini. Round Henry. Hits it with the left foot. Oh, it's a great run from Buendia. He's shown a lot of promise. Low into Ulari. Can he get there ahead of Adrian? No, he can't. Blackburn coming out all guns blazing here in their Premier League debut. Spurs ball into Low. Left him in a bit of trouble. West Ham starting to put the pressure on here, the home team. And Spurs see that out. That's good play by the defender. Time for a breather here. It's been all go this match. It's been a great game. Great start to the season. This is Premier League football, no doubt. Ulari gets his head in it into Buendia, but he has that taken off him with ease. Oh, but Bakali gets it back after Ulari wins it back really well. He's one-on-one with the keeper. Opens his body and Obi Ulari. He scored his first goal in the Premier League. Left out Jordan Rhodes for this one. Tim Sherwood making a controversial decision, leaving out the Flying Scotsman, the Championship top scorer. But Ulari's been training really well over the summer. He's been improving significantly, even outside of game time. And it was great play between Ulari and Bakali, the 2 Belgians, to win the ball back and then launch the break. You've got to be careful of Ulari in those situations. He did that last season. He's so fast and strong. Bakali wins it back and slips it through. And this is really good composure, actually, from the Belgian. Sees the man coming in, but side foots it past Adrian. Blackburn open their Premier League account, and it's Obi Ulari. Who else? Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi for president. Hashtags everywhere. Blackburn fans will be going wild on the Twitter front. The Twitter sphere. In the Twitter sphere. I'm pleased. He's pleased. Does he throw the bolt? Of course he fucking does. Steele does well to come out and actually grab that. Too often in those situations the keeper will header it even when they're in their box. Tyder looking to slow things down now. Looks for the run of Henley, and that's a really good ball from Tyder. Oh, Henley couldn't quite get the cross in. What a ball that was. He saw the overlapping player. Doesn't fall to a Blackburn player. West Ham could break here. Got Alex Song on the ball. Into Lanzini. They've got players rushing forward. Sakho's in a lot of space here. Duffy scrambling to get back. Oh, but they couldn't do anything with it. And now it's Blackburn who could break with Buendia, who's still on it. It's a good ball through to Ulari. Oh, he goes for the shot. Cross in, looking for Bakali. Not really the person we want that to fall to. Here's Low, hits it really well. Dipping shot. Palmed away by Adrian. Jason Lowe, erstwhile Blackburn player. Taking that actually really well. Took a touch. Saw he was in a bit of space. Put his laces through it. And it had a wild dip on it. Almost catching Adrian out, but he's able to knock it wide. It's a corner. All the pressure coming from Blackburn in this first half. A second goal here would really, really help. Bullies gets his head in it. He can't. Falls out to Adama Traore. He skips away. His shot's blocked. Bakali this time with the outswinger. Bullies there. He gets his head on it. Bullies! It's a second goal for the big Belgian. Scenes, absolute scenes here. What a goal. And what a decision from Tim Sherwood to start him. It was a brave one. He was on a red. But that's exactly what we want him for. Scoring those headers. Set piece opportunities. Ball in from Bakali, who's creator again. And he rose ahead of Ogbonna there so strongly. Who had no chance against him. What a goal. What a start to the season. Went into this match so down. Looking at our team. But that was top quality. And what an end to the half that was. Massive, massive game this is. For Bullies. So into the second half. What incredible scenes we've seen here. Bullies with 2 first half goals. In Blackburn's first Premier League game. In over a decade. Here's Adama Traore. We've not seen much of him. Henley's made a good run and Traore is able to find him. Staying ahead of Creswell. Can he get the cross in? He can. Bullies there. And it's 3. The hat-trick man. Because he can. Bullies with another hat-trick. Look at him go. He is going to light up the Premier League, I'm sure, this season. Jordan Rhodes claps on from the bench. He couldn't believe he couldn't start this game. Great run from Henley. Overlapping run. Found by Adama Traore. It's a decent ball. It's well weighted. Henley does enough to get away from Creswell. And he's only one thought at this point. Get it into the danger area. The ball in is good. Bullies shakes off the defender. And it's a simple header really past Adrian. You've got to ask questions of the West Ham defenders there. Letting such a dangerous man in the air get an open header in the box. Just got to play this out here. A few tired players after a summer of relaxing and enjoying their championship winning excitement. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Here's Koita into Lowe. Slips it through to Bakali. Quick ball in. Puts it in with the left. Oh, doesn't quite get there. Oh, but Lowe's won it back. No, he hasn't. Koita, great play there. He is the 6th man of 6 men in this game for us. Traore steps away from Creswell. He's got the power to stay on the ball. He's got away from Ogbonna. Takes the shot. Oh, he's off the post. Traore's looked dangerous in this second half. Adama Traore's back on the pitch, and there it is. 3-0. And there's Bullies. What a start to his Premier League career for Bullies. A hat-trick. First game of the season. Really great performance from the young Belgian. He's only 19 years old. Let's not forget that. And that was a massive win. We were expecting a big step up in quality. And that's clearly not happened. An away game, first game of the season against a good, solid West Ham side. With a lot of good players. And they were unable to even get a shot off. That's really poor. Especially against the Blackburn team that is definitely not as high quality as it was at the beginning of the season. Buendia only getting a 5.5. I thought he played better than that personally. Bakali played well. Traore looked good in the second half. He played his way into the game. And Bullies, obviously, man of the match. Starting off the season with an 8. What a start. So there we go. Is that going to be top of the league? No, not quite. Everton scoring 4 on the first day. But there we are in the Champions League spot. That's where we need to be. End of the season. Must be unlikely. Bakali, he's increasing. That's good. Now, lost a bit of money there. That's a shame. Okay, so we need to make some transfers. We really do. Let's see where we are with this. Let's remind ourselves. Is it going to be Doughty for 5 million? 5.5 including salary, leaving us with just over 2. And Lamella. Doughty and Lamella? Will that see us okay? I think it probably will. Bear in mind, can still play 4-4-2 and use both Rhodes and Ulari. Although Ulari, why would you play anyone else? We've got Martinez to consider. I like the look of him. Diamanti on a loan, Vieto on a loan. They'd both be great. You can afford them. 8.2 million for Jordan Rhodes is looking like something you might consider. You could bring in Martinez, Aarons and Doughty. With that money, that means we'd be relying on Ulari to score all our goals for us this season. Well, there's a lot for us to consider there for the next episode. We've got just over a week. We've got 2 games. We've got a whole game coming up. And then we really need to be making some decisions. Okay, so on that bombshell, that Ulari hat-trick bombshell, I'm going to leave it here. We've still got some big signings to make. Feeling a little bit more positive than I was going into that game. Well, it's good to see Bakali's called up into the Belgium squad. Anyway, other than that, I'll see you in a bit.